Hey everyone, it's Deb. Yeah, this is me, old Deb, gray hair and everything. But it's me. What am I going to do about it at this age, right? Anyway, I almost forgot about a collab that I'm in, an open collab called hashtag Scraps to Treasures. It's co-hosted by Maria's Miscellany and Sheree. Turquoise Dreaming-Sheree, sorry. I'm gonna turn you down and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna use. Okay, apparently my camera does not like multiple things, but this is March, so we're doing envelopes, and it is all about using scraps. I don't have a typical scrap bin like I used to before Stampin' Up. However, I do have retired papers that I'll consider scraps at this point. This is from the Friendly Hello, and I have these pieces that were cut. I thought I'd make some A2 envelopes because I'm sure I have cards in my stash that need envelopes, and this is the back of this one. And I have not used this. I've had this, I mean I have, but ages ago. This is the We Are Memory Keepers 123 punch board. And Stampin' Up! Used to also sell an envelope punch board. So for an A2, the little chart on here, A2, which is what I make for cards, you need 8 1/4 by 3 5/8 piece of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and off camera cut each of these into that size, 8 1/4 by 3 5/8, and then we'll make some envelopes together. It's been so long since I've used this, I forgot how to use it. It has to be 8 1/4 square. Because I cut a few of these and I thought there's no way an A2 card will fit in that 8 by 3 5/8. That 3 5/8 is the punch guide. So let's see if I have 8 1/4 here. I do not want this one. Let me check this one. I do not. Maybe these other two. This one looks like it might. Alright, this one will be. So let me get that cut. 8 and, what'd I say, 3/4 and 1/4. Where'd I put my paper? I'm a mess. Be right back. Okay, it is 8 1/4 square. So that little piece can go in the trash. 8 1/4 square. I'm going to see if I can find enough for another envelope. Now I have some scraps, right? Maybe, I don't think any of these would fit, right? 8 1/4. Oh, no, that one's too, these are shy of that. These. But I think I have some other pieces of the paper loose. I do. One sec. So which one do we got? A purple one. Let's do a green one. And I don't mind doing this because actually I have a whole nother pack of this paper, but I don't know if I'll keep it or destash it. By 8 1/4. So I want to make a few of these envelopes in different shades. I'm trying to get the paper apart, sorry. Okay, yeah, this purple one here. And I think that'll be enough for the video. Oops. I pulled my blade out. Sorry. There we go. I can use those other pieces for cards. 8 1/4. Alright. Yeah. Okay. So that's the cutting. And let me put these papers down. So now let's bring in our envelope punch board, and I don't know if it comes with a little scoring tool, which luckily I still have in there. And what we need to do is 3 5/8. Let me just double check that. Yes, 3 5/8, which is here, right after the 1/2. I'm going to stand up and we're going to punch. And then we're going to turn it and punch 3 5/8. Actually, I think what you're supposed to do is score envelope, score line A and B. I've forgotten how to do this. Okay. For box envelopes. Oh, okay, we're not doing a box envelope. It says right on here, select card size, trim paper, align left edge to punch guide, punch and score envelope, score line A, which is this inner one here, which is really kind of hard to see here. I think it's this one. Nope. Had to go up this way. There we go. I don't know. It didn't seem to work here. Let's try it on this side. 3 5/8. Oh, score line A. Okay. Now 3 5/8. Hey. Like I said, it's been a while. It goes into there. Okay. And one more, 3 5/8. Hopefully this is working, and I think we'll try this. Right, so on this one, I'm not going to repunch it, but it actually is this slot here. There we go. Okay. And now before I do any more, let me move this out of the way and see how this works. I'm actually going to put the peach on the inside. Yep, and there's our little bits, which you could save and use to make flowers. I used to do that. And there's my piece of paper. It got really cold here. You see, that's a little off. Not sure I like that. Maybe we'll put them in like that. And then this one goes down like this. That doesn't look like it's going to fit an A2 card. It does not. Alright, back to square one. I figured out what I was doing wrong. Alright, I'm going to show you. This one is good to go. It'll work, I'm pretty sure. Now, so this one, I'm going to have the green on the outside, and we're going to put it at 3 5/8. Took me a while to remember this. And then score at the A score line, which is this big little valley thing here. And then you line up that score line with this, so not over to 3 5/8, because if you do over to 3 5/8, you actually get a square looking envelope, which I'll use, but not for A2 cards. So then we punch and score here. So that actually ends up being more like 4 5/8, which makes sense. And then here we're back at, even with the score line in there, we're back at 3 5/8. This is for an A2, and then the score line goes in here. So now this time we're not quite at 4, we're like 4 1/2. Huh, interesting. I don't know why. Maybe I messed something up again. Oops. Now this paper's a little thinner, so don't push too hard because you might tear your paper. So that's 2 I have done here. And this is what I want on the outside. I'm actually going to turn it over. The pretty birds are on here. So 3 5/8. And score. Put the score line in there, which is hard to see on the white. which is around 4.5, yeah. And then go down, and then I'm going to bend it just so I can see it better. And 5/8 and score. And the last one, we put that in, the score line in, which should be around 4.5. Excuse me. The weather here is so weird. It's been changing like every day. Today is back down in the 30s, cold temperatures, right? Now you just fold on those lines. You can round your edges if you want. There's actually let me bring that back in. There's actually a corner rounder thing up here. I'm just going to round the outer, it's right here, the top, and not the other ones. Okay, so I'll do that when we get to the other ones too. And that just does that nicely. It's good to have, especially since Stampin' Up's Detailed Trio Punch, which was corner rounding. I want these underneath. And then you can use, now let's see, I have some cards here I made for a different video. Yeah, that'll be perfect. So if you have lots of 12 by 12 leftovers, you can make envelopes. I'm going to use score tape, I think. Actually, I'm going to use glue. It's just easier for me at the moment. And I'm going to just put glue right down along here. Not too close to the edge because you don't want it to squish in and glue your envelope shut, right? So just there and there, and then maybe, no, I think just there and there. And go like that, and we'll let it dry. Actually, we need a little more under here because I should have put it on both edges. I thought so, and that's why, but I hesitated because I wanted to make sure I didn't glue my card together, I mean my envelope, onto the back of it. Alright, so let's do another one while that one dries. We're going to use the green on the outside and stripes on the inside. And we'll corner around again. That one must have got a little off. It's a little bit torn too, but maybe I can put some ribbon over that or something. Let me corner around this right here. There's also this one that puts a notch in, so you can make like boxes with this and stuff, like so they can overlap and close, but I mostly use this for envelopes, and I used to make bows with it too. Alright, again, I'm going to put this on like this. Okay, so this time we'll just go about 2/3 of the way up there because the tip, we know, sticks out, and then right here and right here. Okay, and there we go. Now I will put score tape here, and what we can do is put a piece of white, we can die cut some white card and put it here so that you can write the address on, right? We'll do that too. Alright, so let's do the sides first. Actually, I want the pale papaya side facing out, and this is fresh freesia. They're both in colors, which are current through next year's April. So they're in colors for 21 to 23. And then this one will fold down like that. And let's glue that one. So we'll have 3. Then we'll go ahead and put tear and tape on, but we won't take the backs off, the tear and tape, because that's going to be how we seal it once we put a card in there. All right, so let me find my tear and tape. Here it is. And let me get some scissors. If you have a different way of putting a sealer on here, let's start with the one we did first, so that way we can, the bird's upside down, but oh well, it's on the inside, right? It makes pretty envelopes. And we're just gonna put this like this, and I will cut it up here so it's a straighter line, and then we'll put it this way. And that's a nice strong adhesive, and that way when I go to mail the envelopes, I just have to peel those off. I'm using my fingers, and I have these right here. All right, let's do the other ones. Sorry, this isn't any fancy, doing, but I have a lot of retiring and retired paper, and a lot of 12 by 12, and this is, but even 8.5 would work, because 8.5 by 11, but we don't usually have that in designer paper. But you could use your retiring cardstock, I guess, and make thick envelopes. I think they'd weigh heavier, where these are thinner papers. But you have to be careful. Don't push too hard with your bone folder when you're scoring them, because this one sort of tore a little bit. But it's okay. I can put tape over that or something before mailing. And that way the card will be safe. And people will get some pretty envelopes in the mail instead of just plain white ones, right? Now, with the plain white or plain very vanilla that Stampin' Up! Has, you could also stamp on them and decorate them. But I've done that before, and I haven't done this in a long time. So there we go. There's 3 A2 envelopes. Let's get a die and cut some white labels out. And oh gosh, wouldn't these be perfect for it? These are the Hippo and Friends and retiring, and I think this one will be perfect for here, and maybe this one will be perfect for up here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some white cardstock and cut 3 sets of those, and I'll be back. That worked out so good. I cut one sheet of 8.5 by 11 at 5.5, and I got all 6 of these labels out of that one sheet. And I think those labels will work perfectly on these envelopes. So we're going to go ahead and glue them down, actually. And then I will have the 3 envelopes I can write on. And the only thing that would be better is if they were lined, because I can't write straight to save my soul. But, I used to many years ago. But I've always had some problem with that. And this one will go up here for the return. And there we go. And then there's room for the stamp. Awesome. And then let's get our next set and glue them down too. Now if you want to use tear and tape or seal to do this instead of wet glue, that's fine. But you do want them to stay on. I just find wet glue is faster for me. And this bottle's almost all, so I'm finishing it up too. So these products are well, the white cardstock is available, and the dies that I used, the Hippo and Friends, they're available until May 2nd while supplies last. They might be on sale, I'm not positive. You'd have to check on the website. They're in the last chance. I can check at the end here and see. But this paper was a celebration item that came with the Friendly Hello stamp set for a $100 purchase, and that celebration ended at the end of February, so it's no longer available. So sorry about that, but that's why I'm considering it scrap. And there we go. All right, so there's our ones I can use for A2 cards. And this one actually might be pretty to use with this. Maybe not, because it's got purple on the inside. Now I did do some boo-boos up here. And I will not let them go to waste. I don't know if I'm going to finish making the envelopes, but because I can still cut these pieces out and use them on cards instead. So I'm not going to do that. And I have a bunch of strips of this paper that I can use to make some cards and do some mailings. And I have a whole nother pack of this paper, which is really pretty. And these are going both ways, so they're not upside down. And there's flowers in there. Flowers on the outside, and I believe stripes in that one. Yep. And then pretty pool party color here with flowers. Now that bird is upside down, but there's other ones in there I'm sure that are right side up. Anyway, you get the idea. That's all I'm going to do for this month's envelopes, scraps to treasures. I hope you enjoyed. Please go check out Maria. I'll link her channel down below, and Sheree's, Turquoise Dreaming-Sheree. They're the ones hosting this, but there are other participants, and I know that they have set up a March playlist. I'll have to have Maria put my video in for me because I can't seem to load to that playlist for some reason. Maybe because I'm not a regular participant. I'm doing it while I can. All right, everyone. Take care. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Hugs, love, and peace.